I'm going to be playing a tournament with Jeskai Ascendancy. I'm playing this list because Bapis is 20-2, I think. My list is a lot different. I have more dorks. I play Take Through Time. I have a different sideboard. But overall, it's pretty similar. I do think the deck is a lot worse because no Ponder or Abundant Harvest. But it does have some games still because it is actually pretty good at winning on turn 4. Though it is a lot weaker than before, it still beats slow decks pretty hard, although it does suffer into red deck wins and similar, for sure. Partially because it plays a lot of dorks, partially because of the pain lands. So I'm going to be playing PD Thursdays with this deck. I am in round 1, game 2 of Penny Dreadful Thursdays. I won game 1. I'm playing against Angels with Jeskai Ascendancy. I did not record the first match, or the first game. This is a good hand. It has 2 Jeskai Ascendancies and 2 dorks now. I don't think they can really interact with the hexproof creature. They probably do have some form of enchantment hate. That does not work. It does stop repeal and deep analysis. I think I will play the Caryatid. And the Hinterland Harbor, because it's going to be tapped no matter what. Not the Jeskai Ascendancy because I want to dork down first, and I don't want to expose it to enchantment hate this early. I want to be able to win when I play it. Gaddock does make going off a little harder. I'm not actually sure if I have many answers. I can Glittering Wish for something. Deafening Clarion. I'm not sure what else, or if I just have to go off without repeal or deep analysis. I mean, I guess I do just have to Glittering Wish for it, if I'm going to go off. And I actually can go off right now, and I will go for it. If I have Shining Shoal, I don't think I can kill the Gaddock. At least not with this. That was a mistake. So I could go Fiery Justice or Clarion. I'm gonna go Fiery Justice, I think. Shining Shoal could be annoying. I don't think I have any main deck answers to Gaddock. So I think I do have to just go Fiery Justice. And I lost a card. That shouldn't matter, though. I'd wait. Conceding. Okay, so no Shining Shoal. I'm not sure if I actually... Like, there is a pretty decent chance I whiffed, because the deck, without, like, Ponder and stuff, is actually not very good at actually going off. But I conceded. It is round 2. This is a questionable hand, but I'll keep. I don't know what my opponent is on. I guess it could be Frantic. It does kind of help me find a green source, though. Or I could just do that. I can't play a turn 3 Jeskai Ascendancy, or wait, it doesn't affect this, but I can't win on turn 3 pretty much no matter what. So this is probably a deck with counter spells. Actually, it could just be Eureka. I can actually kind of win at instant speed. No, it's probably just impossible, right? I am just dead, I think. Yeah. Actually, I have a lot of tech for this. I have 3 spears, 3 champ. I think that's the only tech that does anything. Repeal is bad. Well, I kind of need it to go off. Does Virgin Touch help the goldfish? Not really. Well, it doesn't necessarily matter if I have interaction. I'm definitely getting worse at going off. That's fine, I think. I do wish I had any kind of interaction in the wish board. So I'm not sure what I would play. Unmoored Ego, probably. I actually can't go off at instant speed. I could draw into something. I don't know what I would draw into that actually helps, though. Because Reveal doesn't do anything. Just get rid of Chart, of course. Or no, Shimmer. Actually, Shimmer is probably better at finding stuff. Chart is actually pretty good since they can't block, though. I guess that doesn't really matter. It's more in there because sometimes when I'm going off, I can just cast Chart, of course, and not so I don't have to discard. Which mostly means that, well, it doesn't really matter because I'm not really killing with damage, or I can, but I'm mostly making infinite mana if I'm winning. Or drawing infinite cards, making infinite mana. So there's not really a downside to losing the combat step. Because I can just cast Rakdos as your turn. I probably can't win here. I would have to draw really well. And I don't know if I ever want to go for it. I'll play this, though, because there's not really a downside. And there's definitely upside. Definitely upside. Okay. I don't have Shardless anyway, so it doesn't really matter. That is not what I meant to play. I don't know what I'm doing. I guess I'll just play the Glittering Wish now, though. Which probably... No, it doesn't really matter if I tap them down, I don't think. think I find Jeskai Ascendancy. Okay, so I should just be able to win with a Fate Stitcher. I should not have discarded that, but whatever. I guess I will start tapping down lands. I was trying to cast Deep Analysis, I guess. So this is just game. I will have to draw into a Rakdos' return at some point, or Glittering Wish, or just attack. Okay, that's the game. We'll go to game 2. Kind of just have to hope I either win on turn 3 or have interaction. If I don't have interaction, I always lose to Shardless, because this deck can never turn 2. I would need Gitaxian Probe for that. And even that wouldn't be enough for this deck. Okay, it has interaction. It is missing an Ascendancy, and this deck is really bad at actually looking for cards, because all the cantrips, there are really no cantrips that actually filter. Unless you're willing to spend more than 1 mana. It is unfortunate that I have a tap land. I would like to go turn 2 Caryatid, but I have to hold up Spears, I think. Or I can do that. Okay, so that buys a lot of time. Do I play the Bop? I don't think there's really a reason to. I have plenty of mana right now. Like, I can win if I top deck in a Glittering Wish. Vendilion Click. Wow. That's actually so good here. So I do actually lose if I don't draw anything, yeah. And I can't repeal to look for a Chant or Spears. I don't know if I ever actually revealed that I had Spears or Chant. What does this mean? I don't have it? I have Eureka and no 4th land, maybe? Or they're just seeing if I will play something? Okay. Oh, so I can't block that with the Bop. It gives them extra damage. I don't know why they're playing this. So they just aren't going to win the game. Okay. I don't know why they aren't just playing a Blightsteel or something. Like, I don't know why they're playing Teferi. That doesn't do anything against me. Yeah, so they're just not going to win the game because of this. And they're just dead to a top deck check or something. Or Jeskai Ascendancy. So they're taking double land, probably. I think I kind of want to do this. Yeah, I don't know why they boarded into this. None of these really do anything against me except the click. I don't know why they didn't just stick with Blightsteel. Especially because if they don't draw a Warstorm Surge, they kind of just lose, even if they... even if they play the Shardless, or the Eureka. So yeah, this plan just seems really bad. So they're taking both of the bops. I will... Oh, I can't rebuild, yeah. Okay. So they're killing the bops. I still win if I draw do I? Probably not, actually, because this deck is pretty bad at going off, and I don't really have things. But I do have the repeal play. So I go deep analysis, see if I can find an Ascendancy. So I have quite a while. What am I doing? Oh, actually, I kind of feel like blocking is better, but... Wait, what? Wait, what is this? What? Oh wow, it bounces, or it makes a copy of itself at the start of each turn, huh? I just assumed it was some random clone. I thought it was the X card, Altered Ego, or whatever. Wow, they drew a click. They were actually dead if they didn't do that. Yeah, they were just dead if they didn't do that, and now they win, unless I top deck a different one. Or Glittering Wish, I think that. No, it only works if I had a land. Yeah, if they didn't draw that, I would have just won. Or did they return it? I don't think they did. Actually, they did return it. Interesting. Okay, so they didn't draw it. They already had it. I don't know why they didn't copy that instead of the Venser, since Venser doesn't really do anything against me. So I need to... Repeal never saves me. I need to play Obsessive Search and hit Jeskai Ascendancy. Wait, that wouldn't work. I just died to the Painlands. Yeah, I mean, I think they should have just played Blightsteel, Progenitus, whatever. Because most of these don't actually interact with my combo at all. Except Vendilion Click, but I think that could be playable in Eureka. Just with Shardless Eureka. Just like for the regular version. With Blightsteel, Progenitus, Iona. Because it hits their counter spells, or whatever interaction they have on the stack. Alright, this is round 3. I already played this, so I'm just going to narrate over it and probably skip over it a little bit. So this is not the start of the game, but this is game 1. So I top decked Jeskai Ascendancy, 2 of them, and a Dork. After my opponent took them away with Agonizing Remorse. And Edicts. 1 Edict. So I'm just going to play out these Dorks. My opponent does nothing, so I just slam the Ascendancy and win. I do play a Verdant Touch with buyback, which goes infinite, and eventually win with that. For sideboarding, I sided in the Spell Pierces. Game 2, I don't have a Jeskai Ascendancy, but I draw one right away. I don't really have a dork. I mean, I kind of do, though. It's just a slow dork. I counter the Thoughtseize. There's no downside to that. And I actually do just go for the Ascendancy. So I think my idea here is to play a turn 3 Ascendancy, turn 4 Sisei's Ingenuity, and go off. So I can play that on the Nighthawk, and then put a Fate Stitcher in the yard, play another Ascendancy, and cast the Deep Analysis from the yard, and probably win from there. So I do actually just win if my opponent doesn't have a Doomblade or a Graveyard Hate spell, like Erebos' Intervention. But I do have Birds of Paradise, so after they answer that, I can just play that and try to win next turn. So they have to have another thing, or they are just dead. And they play a Blast Zone, so they do have the answer to Bop. And they don't quite have lethal in 2 turns, but I have a bunch of Pain lands. Actually, they do have lethal. And I believe I do draw into a repeal here, but it's not enough because, well, I just have Pain lands. And, oh, I just need a Fate Stitcher, really. It's not about Pain lands. I need a Fate Stitcher. Now they have Profane Tutor coming down, so they can just play the Invoke, which they play, I believe. I don't know if I think I just still have 1 Fate Stitcher left. But yeah, they just play Invoke and win this game. Game 3 I have Dorks, but no Jeskai Ascendancy, but I do have Deep Analysis. So they take the repeal. I play out my Dorks. I get so many Dorks this game. So they play a Lost Legacy and Ascendancy, but I still have 4 more in the deck in Glittering Wish, but if I grab it and they Thoughtseize my Jeskai Ascendancy, I just lose, or if I play it and it gets Invoked Despaired, I lose. So I just played a lot of Dorks. I am planning on just tapping their lands down after playing both Fate Stitchers. Now this is really weak to Wraths. I'm not actually sure if they're playing any Wraths outside of tutor targets. But they just figure that, which is fine for me. And they have a bunch of removal spells, but I just have so many Dorks. And eventually I'm just going to cast these draw spells and find my Glittering Wish to go off. I just have so much card advantage here in these two that they can't really interact with. But they could actually duress the Dig Through Time. So I just play out another Dork. And they take up the Blast Zone and then kill all the 2-drops, so 2 of my Dorks and their 2/2. I just play another Dork. And next turn so they play Invoke Despair. I sacrifice the thing without Hexproof, then I play Dig Through Time. Or actually I played the Deep Analysis. Interesting. So I have lethal if I draw exactly Forbidden Orchard. Well, not really. Oh, I actually do have Fate Stitcher in the yard. 2 of them, actually. I think they're just going to play Ereboses. Yeah, I shouldn't have played the Deep Analysis there, but they actually purposely held back because of Nighthawk, which means that Dig is going to be 2 mana. Or it's actually 3 mana here. I don't know if they realized I was playing dig, but I think they saw it before, so I don't know. I could have exiled an extra card because they have Nighthawk in play, but I did find the other dig through time. Not that it really matters when I have Jeskai Ascendancy. And I wasn't really expecting them to be able to interact, so it didn't really matter. But yeah, I just win here, I just go off, and they have nothing. I don't have any Fate Stitchers left, and I can't... So I have no other Jeskai Ascendancies, so I can't actually make very much mana to kill with Rakdos' return. But I am able to just attack with the birds, which is probably why I should have the damage equal to its power thing. I forgot the name of, but I was just able to repeal the Nighthawk and attack. Alright, this is round 4. I think I might make it even if I lose this round. I have no idea what I'm facing. This is a great hand, has a Dork and a Ascendancy. So right now I'm potentially looking at a turn 3 kill, but it's not very likely. I can play a Jeskai Ascendancy on turn 3, but I would need another Dork for that to do anything, which is mostly just Fate Stitcher. Alright, my opponent is thinking about the mulligan or something. Alright, so I will just play turn 1 Bop. Kind of looks like Azorius Control. It could be a Cloudboast deck. I will just put the Glittering Wish in hand, or the Jeskai Ascendancy. So Forbidden Orchard can actually let me win this on turn 3, but it's probably not a good idea to go for it. I do wonder if I should slam an Ascendancy. I probably should, I think. And I do actually have to play Forbidden Orchard. So I assume they're not playing Spell Pierce in an Azorius deck. I could go repeal. There's not really a point. I have to draw exactly Fate Stitcher if I want to win. And even if I do, I probably can't win from this position. So I will wait. They're probably, if they're not playing Cloudboast, they probably don't really have an answer. They could have Detention Sphere, but that's not an actual answer to Ascendancy. Okay, so now I actually do want to play a repeal. I do want to find a Fate Stitcher at some point. I don't have any other way of putting a Haste Dork in play. Okay, playing another Jeskai Ascendancy is another way of making mana, but it probably doesn't work. So I am just going to not do that, and maybe not actually go off here. Because there really aren't enough 1 mana plays. Okay, I just win. There really aren't enough 1 mana spells in this deck to actually like go off with only 1 Dork and 1 Ascendancy. You really need to have multiple. Okay, so even if I didn't draw Fate Stitcher, I could just play another Ascendancy, and with the Forbidden Orchard I could repeal the thing, the token. But now that I have the Fate Stitcher, I just don't need that. So it is pretty much impossible for me to whiff, because I can just play the dig from here. No reason to discard the analysis. I will just play that from hand and make all my mana back. So I have just won the game already. I'll probably just skip this part. That... What? So I obviously was gonna win here. So, Magic Online had an error. My opponent... So basically it said it was a draw while I was about to win. My opponent did concede game 1 after we restarted. So I am up 1-0. I forget how I wanted to sideboard. Dorks are a lot less important, I think, because they're less likely to actually remove my creatures and more likely to just counter my Ascendancy. Though they do have Wrath. But like, if they play Wrath, they're tapped out. And Fate Stitcher is a much better dork. This is a good hand. I'd love to have another land, but this is fine. That's not great. So, I have Spell Pierce too, so this is really good if I find a land. That is unfortunate. I wonder if they counter if I play this. Probably not. I don't think I really want to hold up Spears. I'd rather wait. I'd rather play the more expensive thing now. They do actually counter it though, interesting, with Strix Serenade. I haven't seen anyone play that in PD before, or anywhere. That does not add enchantments. It's everything Swan Song doesn't. So it misses my important card. I would love a land. I really want to be able to hold up Spell Pierce and another 1 mana spell. So I need 5 mana to counter their counter and then go off. Okay, I have a lot of interaction and no mana. So if they play a Wrath, I am 1 mana away from winning. So I just need to draw an untapped land. Or I could just play the Ascendancy, but then I would die to a second Wrath. Though I already am if I don't upkeep chant, which I'm never gonna do. Because that would just lose me the game. And Miria, okay. I wonder if they're really a counter spell deck then. Do I have to Spell Pierce this? What else am I Spearsing is the question. I feel like they're not holding up Spears. Because I don't think they have it, most likely. So okay, that kind of changes things, but I think I still have to just do this. If they have a Spears, then that is a problem. Okay. So now I just hope they don't have an answer. If it's Detention Sphere, that is potentially fine. I do have to spend 4 mana to get it out though. And I don't have any Spears backup anymore. If they have nothing, I win, of course. If they have a Wrath, it gets interesting. I need to find a blue source so I can discard Phase Stitcher, and then next turn I would need to return Phase Stitcher. They still could have a land Wrath. They really don't have a way of winning, I think. I think I play land first. If they have their own chant, things get interesting. Well, by that I just mean I can't win this turn. Unless I find a Spears. Which I could try to draw into. Okay, so they are just dead. Unless Magic Online decides to not work again. So maybe I should play fast to avoid that. So they have actual nothing. I'm pretty sure there's nothing they can have, because they can't cast spells. And this is lethal right now, so I will just go. So, they were a good sport and conceded that first game when I had deterministic lethal. So I am 3-1, I'm going to make top 4. It's possible that a 2-2 makes top 4. Depends on if one of the 2-1s wins. Alright, this is the top 4, the semifinals. I get the rematch against Mecha. So this hand is bad. I really just have to draw the combo. This hand is a less bad. It still doesn't work. Okay, this hand functions. Repeal is it better than Frantic? Frantic is terrible, right? I don't know why it's even in the deck. So I can go turn 1, find up Plains, turn 2 Yavimaya Coast. That seems better than keeping Forest. I kinda just have to hope they don't kill me when they go off. Because there's really no way for me to go faster from here. So I'm going turn 2 Llanowar, turn 3 Glittering Wish, turn 4 Ascendancy, maybe win on that turn. So they're always going off before me. So I put Jeskai Ascendancy in hand so I can potentially win the turn after they play Hypergenesis. Because if they don't kill me, I can actually win now. Though this is actually not enough at the moment. Because I drew 3 repeals. Okay, that's a good sign. So they're just putting some Blight Steals in play. So I do have a chance to win. I guess I go animate this, repeal the Llanowar. That is a sorcery, which is a problem, but I think this is a good... Actually, I'm just dead now, I think. Yeah, I really didn't have a chance from here. Repeals were just so bad. I needed to find Really anything that wasn't repeal. I mean, my opponent had the combo without an actual win, which is really good for Jeskai Ascendancy. It's so easy for them to just win after Hypergenesis resolves. But I just didn't have the cards. What could I draw? I think it's Island, or blue mana that I make. Could be green. Kind of like green. What does white do? Nothing, I think. I guess green is better. But yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll see what I would have drawn. I was probably really close to actually just winning. Yeah, that would have just won, I think. No, because I couldn't make mana right now. After I repealed the Llanowar. If I already had that, I would have just won though. So I bring in my hate cards. Take out. So I don't want anything for going late. I do want things for comboing off quickly. Dig is kind of a going late thing. It's kind of good for comboing off. Repeal. It's not great. Yeah, I just needed the Sisei's. And I would have won. Or really anything that wasn't just repeals. I can get rid of a Torque. I don't love that, but I guess I go with this. So I'm kind of just hoping, I mean, game 3 is going to be the real problem because I really just have to have a Spell Pierce or something that game. This hand is okay. It doesn't necessarily work. I don't think they can actually win after they resolve a Hypergenesis. They might still have Blightsteel plus the Warstorm Surge though. I'm not sure if they actually sat out Blightsteel. I assume they don't, but I think I just cast the Glittering Wish. Of course, it's kind of obvious, but I do need to find something. Or I am just going to not be able to make mana. This is definitely a reason to play more Fate Stitchers. So, there's not really a punish. Okay, they have Click, yeah. That would be the punish for not playing Ascendancy. But like, there really wouldn't be a downside to playing it because they don't really have removal, I assume. So I never have an answer to this. Yeah, that's super annoying because it's actually so good at disrupting the combo. They could take Spell Pierce if they have a win next turn. Because it's not likely that I can win from this position if they take Pierce. They actually do, okay. So I will start going off. Wait, I actually can't even play this. Wow. So I played Deep Analysis. See if I can find a Spear Sword Chant. That is neither. Yeah, I probably should have played around Click because that was like the only thing they could really do to me. Because I was kind of just winning if I just played Ascendancy and held up Spears. This could be a shardless. Though it's actually really bad for them if they just have Avensers and stuff. Although Avenser isn't really that bad for them. I will play an Obsessive Search. Chant is something. Do I play it? I can't play Well, I can play Deep Analysis, which I will do. So I think I just chant. Could they have a counter spell? They could have any 3 mana counter. So if I chant them on upkeep, they could just counter the Ascendancy. If they just play a Eureka, then I can't do anything. But they have to actually win off it, most likely. Because if they don't actually just win off Warstorm Surge, they just die, I think. But if I chant them on upkeep, I'm going to have 7 mana. I play an Ascendancy. If they just have a hard counter, I don't really do anything from there. I kind of just play Glittering Wish, or I actually can't even play Glittering Wish. So it's really bad if they counter. I am going to look at their deck list, see if they have counter spells. So it looks like the only thing they could have is Vendilion Click, which they would have already used here. So they don't have any kind of instant speed answer to Ascendancy, including counter spells. And I don't think that, and I didn't see any way to counter the chant, so I can't actually just spend this mana. Discard Face Stitcher. And I will upkeep the chant. Play around Eureka. Okay. If this resolves, I just win. Actually, that was bad order. I just win. So I go Glittering Wish. Play another one. So this is just game. I am probably just gonna skip from here, because there's no way I whiff from here. Okay. That is lethal. On to game 3. I will see if I'm able to spell pierce them out. So they kind of need Warstorm Surge plus Blightsteel, or they just can't actually win, I think. Because if I just have Ascendancy and Dorks in hand, I just win if they cast Eureka. Because there's not a whole lot they can actually do outside of just killing me. And I think their only real way of doing that is... This is an interesting hand. But yeah, I think their only real way of doing that is Blightsteel plus Warstorm. So I have Chant and I have Spears if I draw Blue Source. I also can find an Ascendancy, but this is bad. No Dorks, no Blue Source currently. This is better. It's kind of questionable, but I will keep. Go back repeal. So what I want to do is turn 1 Bop, turn 2 Glittering Wish for Jeskai Ascendancy. And if they play a Shardless and don't immediately win, I just win, I think. They could like Fencer the Ascendancy. I could play Vendilion Click, which would not actually work. So they play a Shardless. Do they just have the kill? They lead with 2 lands. Okay, they don't have the kill. I should... Oh yeah, that's fine actually. Maybe I shouldn't have put it in play. Yeah, that's correct, I think. Yeah, okay, I think I do just win here. I do kind of need to find my other Fate Stitcher. Okay, mana could be an issue here. I need to find my other Fate Stitcher or be able to play an Ascendancy. So currently I have 3 mana, so I kind of... Yeah, I actually think I'm likely to lose. So yeah, I really needed the Sylvan Caryatid. I didn't realize I actually had Boggart and Hellkite in their deck. So I need to find a Fate Stitcher, please. I only have one other one in the deck though, so that could be an issue. Okay, that is a draw, but it doesn't necessarily work. Because I don't have any mana after this. So I need to actually find something right now, or I'm dead. A 1 mana card. Yeah, I just lose, right? Would I have a land drop still? Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, so I just win. I did not realize I had a land drop. I almost threw the game away because of that. The match away, actually. The tournament away. But now I just win, I think. Let's not forget any kind of trigger like this, because I actually need them. I think I say no. Maybe I should be saying yes. It doesn't make that much of a difference, though. Okay, so now that's mana positive. The Ingenuity is kind of annoying on the Fate Stitcher. Actually, considering what I need to be casting... Oh. It doesn't really matter, since I have Deep Analysis. Okay. Yeah, so I just win. I'm probably not going to skip forward quite yet. But this is pretty hard. It is pretty hard to lose from this position. Do I Glittering Wish for Jeskai Ascendancy? Actually, I don't know if I can. I already did. I think I go Scar Scale and get Rakdos' return later. Though I probably won't need it. There's really no reason to actually play quickly. I mean, I guess if it decides to call the game a draw, then that's a reason. Alright, my opponent concedes. I'm going to the finals. I don't know what I'm playing yet. Playing against. Alright, this is the finals. I'm playing against Mono Black Control. This is an interesting hand. I think I keep it. It is painful, that's not too much of an issue. Really, I just beat Thoughtseizes. Though I do need a dork, and I need to stick a dork, which could be difficult. Especially without things to absorb the edicts. So I just discard a land here. Not really a problem. That's not the dork I want to see, but it's fine. So if they play Raven's Crime now, it just doesn't really do anything. Which they probably won't do. Sign Blood, okay. That is not what I wanted to see, the birds. Could have actually played around the Raven's Crime, but we'll probably not do that, I think. Because they're probably going to answer this or something. Okay, maybe they actually will just play Raven's Crime. Duress, okay. I really need them to not have another Duress. It actually was possible for me to win on turn 3 here. With Jeskai Ascendancy. No, it actually wasn't, I don't think. No, because there was no way I would need a Fate Stitcher, basically. Okay. So I can go Glittering Wish. Hope they don't have another Thoughtseize. I'll play Bob, hold up Obsessive Search to play around Raven's Crime. Because it is actually a threat for them to just play some Raven's Crimes. To empty my hand, which would just kill me. But they do know about Obsessive Search now. Okay, so I need to draw something. I probably will just end step the search. Though I do need to have cards once I draw the Ascendancy, so maybe not. I really just want to find like a Deep Analysis or Dig Through Time or something. So now Glittering Wish is not an Ascendancy. I only have 2 Ascendancies in the deck. That could be an issue. I think I do want to play this. It's unlikely that I actually find an Ascendancy without finding something else. Do I want to play that? Probably not. Do I just play Fate Stitcher? Or do I attack? I think I play the Fate Stitcher. Actually, I think I play the Ingenuity. On the Bop. And then I'll just play Fate Stitcher. Because I really need to draw a Deep Analysis or Dig. That's not coming down. Okay. Now, Blast Zone doesn't do anything, really. At x equals 3, it actually is a threat to my Jeskai Ascendancy. Which they can hold up pretty quickly here. Though I actually turn it off with Fate Stitcher. And I can go Unearth, Fate Stitcher, tap it down, then play Jeskai Ascendancy. Though they do have main deck Erebos' Intervention. So this isn't looking great. Basically I need to just draw the Ascendancy or something, and even then, I need some kind of value. So I'm mostly just looking for Deep Analysis, or dig into Deep Analysis plus Ascendancy or something. Really just the big card advantage cards. I think it's Bop. I actually like having the Stone Ring active. If they have nothing, they could have actually connived. But I guess they're holding up Erebos' Intervention or something. Which could be annoying for the land I animate. I assume they have some kind of main deck Wrath in Yeheni's expertise. And they can just tutor it, so yeah, there's no reason to play a Loam Speaker. I think I just hold. I have 2 dorks. 1 is kind of resilient, 2 removal. I could play the Ingenuity, but I won't do that yet. I will tap down the Blast Zone. Could be Spy Master's Vault as well, but I don't see much of a reason to do that. So they could play Yeheni's, they could play Land Invoke. And I wonder if I assume they were thinking of Fate Stitcher when they found the thing. But it's possible they got Invoke without a land. I do wonder why they are thinking here, if it's not that. Of course, they could just not be thinking and doing something else. But it does seem like they are thinking. Like they weren't expecting me to tap down the land or something. I do wonder what they would get. Invoke doesn't actually do anything here, really. I mean, it does damage to me and draws cards, I guess, but that isn't really anything. Sign in Blood is kind of similar to that. And if they can play Nighthawk in the same turn, it's better. Okay. So they play removal. That's probably... there's no way that's what they tutored. So that's good. It's kind of clunky here. I would like to get a dork down, but I do need to play this probably. I should not F6. Okay, there's an Ascendancy. I do wonder if they're just holding lands. I can't even play this Ascendancy until I get a dork down, so... or draw a land that has red. Yeah, they might have just been holding lands for Raven's Crime. That might have been what they were thinking about. This is Invoke. Okay. That's a strange Invoke. They could just have another one, so I'm not sure that I can actually just play this Ascendancy. And I don't really want to, anyway. So I go... Loam Speaker. I mean, there's no reason to play Bop over this, right? So if they have Invoke, I sacrifice the Loam Speaker because I just have a Fate Stitcher. But actually, no, I'd probably sacrifice the Caryatid because if they play an Invoke first, then they don't have removal, although they could draw into it. Also, I am kind of just dead to Invoke because I can't actually use my Pain lands. Yeah. So, actually, am I fine? I need to draw a land that isn't a pain land and is untapped. I think. Does the Loam Speaker do anything? Not really. I don't think it really matters that much. So what I need to do is Fate Stitcher, which, wait, actually, that does, no, I never win. I'm always dead to Painlands. So I do just lose this game. I don't think there's an out. Well, actually, they don't have any damage right now. So I have time to do something like this. I'm still pretty far off winning the game, though. Yeah, and I don't actually have a way to get cards, and they have Raven's Crime. So I am just dead, I think. I'm not actually sure if there's anything I could find here. So I can go Fate Stitcher, and then I have three colored mana. So I go Fate Stitcher. I only have 3 colored mana. So I am just dead, yeah. If I found Repeal, I could survive another turn. Okay, so I can find a Repeal, which could potentially win me the game. But I am just dead now. Yeah, this is an extremely painful mana base. And I don't think there's really another way, because you need to be able to make mana that isn't Simic somehow. Because if you only have one dork, then you need to be able to make red or white with that, and then you need a land that's actually red or white. And if you don't have a land that can do both, or lands that can do both, then you just can't win with just Fate Stitcher, which is like not that big of an issue if you're only playing 2, but you kind of have to play a lot of pain lands. You also really want to have untapped green, which really wants you to play pain lands. And you just want untapped lands all the time, pretty much. On turn 2 as well. Though if you don't have Bop, you don't really need a untapped land. Well, you need an untapped land on turn 2, but not on turn 1. Basically, if you have Bop, you need an untapped land on 1, and it doesn't matter for turn 2. If you have a 2 mana dork, you need it on turn 2, but not on turn 1. Though sometimes you want to like hold up Spears or something. But it would work to just have like Forest check land. The Forest that doesn't cast Jeskai Ascendancy. So what am I saying out? Repeal. And so I think I like all my dorks. I set out Frantic, I think. Verdant Touch, maybe? It's probably Verdant Touch. What do I bring in? Wear Down is bad. It's probably just Repeal. It could be Chant, because they play mostly at sorcery speed, but that doesn't do what I want, really. It's mostly just Profane Tutor, and that's not a broad application. I would rather play Repeal, I think. Like, the main form of interaction is Hand Hate, and Chant just does nothing about that. This hand, I would probably keep this on the draw. I can never keep this on the play, though. I mean, it has everything I want. It has multiple Ascendancies. It has a dork that is never gonna die, really. I have Gatekeeper, but it's a 2 of, I think. I mean, I just don't think it's a 4 of. This has everything I want, but it just doesn't work. This hand has some things I want. I'll throw, this, okay, I thought I had a blue source. This is fine though if they don't have removal. If they remove this, I do need to find a blue source or another dork. They probably just arrest or something. So they take spell cures, most likely. Maybe not actually. Okay, they leave me with the cantrips. That is not the time for this. So if they have a removal spell, that is a problem. They have the... okay, they have Profane Tutor. Fate Stitcher. Do I play an Obsessive Search? I don't know. Am I ever winning with Loam Speaker Beatdown? Probably not, right? Though, there is some reason to do it. That being, I don't really want to play Obsessive Search, but I will just... I didn't really want to do that. Oh, yeah, I don't know why I didn't just wait until their end step. That's actually such a huge misplay. I actually might just lose because I did that. Though I wasn't really able to win next turn anyway. But, yeah, if they have hand hate, that's such a big problem. There was no reason to do that. I was just thinking I was going to make a 3-3, so I just did it at the same time. Wow, when they actually play a Thoughtseize. Yep, I got punished. Okay, I will just play the Fate Stitcher. Because I actually missed a land drop. I can find it off this if I want. So if I find Ascendancy, I might win. It's a decent chance. I have 2 cantrips, and one is actually card advantage. They found the swamp, I guess. Okay, Nighthawk, that's good. If I find Ascendancy, I will try for it. So if I find a cantrip, or a land, I mean. If I cantrip into a land, I can play Ascendancy. Or I can just do that, which I will do. I could have just tapped them down with Fate Stitcher. I think I need to play this, though. Broker's Hideout for an island. Hopefully they don't have another Thoughtseize. Is that a duress? Yeah. That is annoying. I mean, I could have just won, probably, if I didn't play the cantrip on my main phase, but I do wonder if I should actually be using Fate Stitcher on the creatures. So I animate the planes and use it to cast Chart of Course. So I could have just played Obsessive Search, potentially. Do I play Dig? I would have to exile Deep Analysis. That's fine, I think. If I find Ascendancy, I win. Or do I play Obsessive Search, tap down something? I don't think I really care about tapping them down for any reason. And I am going to not main phase that for no reason. Like, they could have Invoke. It doesn't actually do anything, though. So they put me to 7. That doesn't actually really change anything. They could have Invoke, but that doesn't actually matter. Because I got a 3, I'm not going to die to a Pain Land. And if they do that, they probably lose. But I do have to actually find Ascendancy. And I do actually think, yeah, Glittering Wish does work. Okay, so they have not played a land. So that does deny me 1 mana, which makes Ascendant, wait, that makes Glittering Wish potentially not work. But I do just find the Ascendancy. Okay, so it was actually nice that Fate Stitcher doesn't have to add mana immediately because I was actually able to play around duress. Not that it actually plays around duress, but I would have been able to know that I need both Ascendancies if I see two or something. But right now I just go Ascendancy and win. There's really nothing that can stop me. I just take Clearing Wish here. It's the most value and mana isn't an issue. So what can I do here? That was bad order, it doesn't matter. I've not played any lands. Okay, I am not currently dead. So that was impossible to lose from that position, but okay. Like, I think it might have actually been deterministic from that position. So, there's nothing I can do, right? So if they have any kind of hand hate or creature hate, I'm dead. If they have Invoke, I'm dead. If they activate Blast Zone, I'm dead. Yeah, I should have easily won this game and gone to game 3, but okay. Player issue. Pilot issue. Okay, so I ended the tournament 4-2, second place, after an unfortunate misplay. So I lost to Eureka because this deck can't really beat. So this deck is actually pretty good into Eureka. I think it's favored against pretty much any version. Or maybe not every version. But they do have to kill the turn they play Eureka, or they just lose most of the time. Because I just put my Ascendancy in play and Dorks and win the turn after if they don't kill. And I can also, and this deck can also race sometimes. Though it's really only ever a turn 4 deck. But it does have Spell Pierce on the side. So it's an interesting matchup. And I won their rematch after losing in round 2, I think. And then I lost to Mono Black Control after winning in the semis. Or not in the semis, in the Swiss. Because of a misclick, and I lost game 1. It's not, I mean, it's kind of a close match, but I think they have a lot of disruption from the hand. And this deck is kind of bad at actually having Ascendancy, but they don't have a clock, so it's pretty easy to just draw into an Ascendancy with Deep Analysis and Dig. Since they don't really have answers to the Dorks. I didn't see any Wraths from them, so I assume they have at least one in the main, though, for Profane Tutor. But yeah, this deck actually does seem a lot more powerful than I would have thought. Since we don't have anything like Ponder, or any kind of cantrip that doesn't suck. And you do actually, like, you have to have more than one Dork. Which makes Fate Stitcher a lot better, I think, because if you want to start going off with one Dork, it just doesn't work unless you find a Fate Stitcher, a second Ascendancy, or a Verdant Touch or something. Or that Dork is Loam Speaker. Because you just can't actually go mana even with one Dork. Because most of the things are more than one mana. There should definitely be the thing that deals damage equal to the thing's power, because, as I said, you can't actually make that much mana even if you have two Dorks. Though, normally you can play another Ascendancy if you can make any amount of mana. But I did get Lost Legacied, so I didn't have any more Ascendancies in the 75. But yeah, it seems powerful. More powerful than I would expect. And I believe Bapis is playing it at like a 90% win rate, like 20-2 or something. So it must be at least somewhat good. But yeah, I mean, it does just lose to Red Deck wins and Aristocrats, I think, because in addition to losing to removal, it kind of just loses to burn because it takes so much damage from the Painlands. but it should beat pretty much any slower deck. Yeah, I mean, it probably doesn't have the best matchup spread, I think. It's probably not actually that good. I'm definitely not going to bring it to the 500. That's going to be worse off control, I think. But yeah, that was the tournament.